Hey everybody, I am going to be sharing with you a recent purchase that I just got, and that is Inlovearts. It is a company that is full of dyes and paper and all kinds of things that you can create, not only for card making, but for any kind of supplies. So, arts. Um, I just wanted to come on here because I got these really cool earring dies, and I've seen these before. And after I purchased it, I said, I really need to see a tutorial on how to make these. But then every every single tutorial that I looked up showed you how to cut them out with leather, but none of them said how to do it with paper and have paper like not tear. So in here you get some pairs of earrings, and a lot of these earrings, how it works is they kind of overlay on top of each other. And what I mean is I've already created a pair of earrings here. Oh, hello. These earrings I created this afternoon, and they are all from paper except for the post. They're really cute. They are made out of exclusively paper, so you can see how thick they are. Okay, and I'll be walking you guys through on how you can make those. Okay, I have several different kinds of earrings that I'm trying to make. Um, I was trying to make my daughter a present, and now I want to just keep it. Anybody else do that, where you start making things? Okay, so to create this, you need some paper, and this is really good with scrap paper. Um, if you're going to use scrap paper, knowing the weight of the paper is very helpful, because if it is lighter weight, then you'll need more paper stacked. If it's thicker, then you'll need less. Okay, so I'm not sure if somebody is talking or not. Oh, yeah, hi. How are you, Brenna? So let's see here. This one's a little bit sticking here. So this is the way that it looks. And this particular earring, I have 4 papers of the Lux paper, and this Lux paper is 105 pounds. I have 4 of them, and then the print. And if you're wondering where I got this kind of paper here, I got that also from I Love Arts. And this, I really wish I knew the manufacturer, and I can throw the link to where to find it, but it is in I Love Arts. It's called Mixture, and it's a 6x6 piece of paper. Okay, and you get 12 different designs and 2 sheets of each design. And they are, I want to say they're probably about 65 pounds, because they're not that heavy, even though they say they're heavy, but they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, some of these I was just like, wow, I just want to create earrings. And my original intention was to do a earring that had like this background on this, and then the yellow on top of there, but then, or I should say the gold, because it's really gold on top of there. But then I found that mixing them really, really made it look pretty phenomenal. Okay, so those are the rest of the papers. And this beautiful paper, what do you guys think? Look at that. Oh, I love this paper. I think And I try to think about like what kind of outfits I wear. Um, and these happen to be like all of my colors. My closet is full of navy blue all the time. So, okay, so straight into the tutorial. This is pretty thick paper here. So what we're gonna do is, um, this already has 3 on there, so we're gonna do the next one. Okay, and what I did was I used some, this is glue, by the way. I used some Aleene's tacky glue. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brenna. Okay, and I have here one of these artist um, palettes, and I just put the glue in there and I work with a paintbrush. Okay, so that we don't want to do. We'll do this one. Okay, so let me get into the frame here so you guys can see, because I have it pretty close. Let me know if you need me to back up. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just painting this die cut out with glue, and then I'm going to layer it on top of each other. Okay, and you don't know much about glue, you have to be careful with glue, because if you put too much glue, then it kind of like moves everywhere. Okay, I missed that, taking out that excess there. I put some more glue right there. Right there. Okay. So you definitely want to apply pressure. Okay, and when you're applying the pressure, make sure when you squish it, you don't do what I usually do, which is go like this. I do this kind of pressure and then let go, and what I end up doing is sliding the paper. Okay, so now we have 2 layers on here, and we'll go ahead and do a third. And for these earrings, we're only going to do 2 layers of the solid and then put the print on top. Whoop, hello. Wanted to flip on me. My mat is a Tim Holtz Tonic Studios glass mat. I love it. Whenever you're working with ink or um, paint, glue, the glass is just so easy to clean up. Okay, and we're pressing it. And I don't know if you can see that. Well, I'm kind of like out of the frame, and I apologize. Okay, so all I'm doing is like I'm smushing it together. All right, and that is 3 there. Okay, so those are okay. And then out of that paper that I just showed you, I die cutted these to go on top. Isn't that like so pretty? Oh, so pretty. So I'm going to take some of the glue and put it on top. Now I always like to turn it and look at it, and make sure that it is flush. Okay, so we have one done. I should say one base done. And we'll do this one. Has anybody else made earrings with paper before? I'm kind of curious. The big fad is to do this with leather. I just don't have any leather. And I couldn't believe I didn't have any leather because I usually have like all the supplies in the world. It seems like in my my craft room. But this one, no. Okay, hold on one second. It's being recalcitrant. There we go. And let's put some more glue on because I think it just dried up. This Alien's glue is really quick to dry. And it's also tacky. What's your favorite glue to use? I would love to know that. I was watching, I think it's Vinny Creates. I think it's Vinny Creates. I watched several of my fellow crafters, and one was using barely glue, and I had never heard of that one, but I'm supposed to get it sometime today. I was really excited because it has the precision tip, and I don't have anything like that. Okay, so before we go to this one and we start creating here, then we're going to actually go ahead and coat these two, okay? And you want to coat them to protect them so they don't fall apart. And what you use is polyacrylic. This is by Minwax. This is a half pint, and this runs you about $10. The dies here that I got from Inlovearts, this will run you about $8. Okay, and that's pretty cool. And then the papers here, the papers, which are 24 papers, this will run you about $11 to $12. It seems like it's really expensive, but you know, if you're really into unique paper, you may love it. Okay, so I am getting my other brush here. Okay, and no, it's not bad at all. This is one thing that, you know, I've never heard of Inlovearts before. I became an affiliate of theirs. And when I went on their website, I was actually really, really impressed because they were, they most of their dies are like $5. Now, with that said, their dies, you know how when you get dies, they look like they came off the boat in China. And when I say that, I mean like Wish kind of material. Well, that's the uh, the kind of quality I guess you'll have to expect with them. So there's a couple of things that you need to know if you shop with Inlovearts. One, they're based in Jamaica, New York, and I think that they get all of their products off of the boat from China. So when you order your products, you can expect to get them in about 5 to 10 business days. A little bit longer than you would like for spellbinders, but if you're looking for, you know, dies that are really affordable, then you know, you won't mind waiting. Okay, but you should check them out. These uh, earrings, I have the link in my description. But these earrings are the original ones, and they have so many different types of earring dies. I mean, just crazy amount. I think, you know, well, I definitely know that I'm going to do it for next time. But I next time when I buy the earring dies, I'm going to buy double because it just speeds up the process. Especially if you have like a big shot or a spellbinders, then you know it's those things are really big. Unless you have like one of those mini die things, then you'll be flying through. But you know, to have the pass be like this, you know, this big, and the little die is like that little, it takes forever. So, uh, that's okay, Brianna. That's okay. You can watch the replay. Yeah, and if you have any questions, you know, feel free to, you know, just ask me in the comments. I'm pretty good about commenting um on my post. So, yeah. But thanks so much for joining. Go spend some time with your family. Yeah. My boyfriend happens to work a different schedule than I do. So, he works like late at night, and I work like, you know, 8 to 4:30, but I have to travel like an hour each way to work because I've been working there for 20 years and I love my job. That's how much I love my job. Uh, so anyway, he's sleeping, and he probably won't wake up until 7 or 8, and then we'll, you know, have dinner and stuff like that. So it is all, everything is good. Everything is good. I like spending my time here and doing crafty things and talking and making friends. So yeah. All right. So we're doing the same thing here. Um, and this layer is going to be on top of that other earring. Right. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, yeah. But it works out, you know, it works out very well, you know. Um, he he comes home around 3, sometimes 2, 3 o'clock in the evening, and I'm asleep, and you know, and then he's just the sweetest thing. So, I mean, I was really lucked out having him in my life. So he will stay up until I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Well, really 6 o'clock in the morning, and he will make coffee for me. He will help me with my lunch and see me off the door and give me my kiss goodbye, and then he goes to sleep. And isn't that like the sweetest thing? Um, you couldn't ask for, you know, anything better than that. All right, so we got 3 there. Right, and let's see. So how we met was when I had told my husband, well, ex-husband, that I was, you know, I couldn't stand it anymore, you know, to watch him drink himself to death. Um, you know, I decided that enough was enough, the girls were going to be leaving the house, and I just, I tried. I really tried to stay with him, and I still love him, and I don't think it's wrong to say, you still love a person. It's just uh, when a person starts drinking so much that it starts affecting their health, and you're watching them die, and they're just not reciprocating any love back, you know, it's really draining. It really is. And I started feeling like this, like bird in a cage. So anyway, I think it was like the day after Christmas. No, actually, it wasn't the day after Christmas. It was before Christmas. It was the day after Thanksgiving, and here I was, you know, asleep, and I woke up, and I caught him drinking like a whole bottle of scotch, and I had already known he had drank like, over 125 ounces of beer, which is, pretty much like a whole case, and so, I was like, did you just, drink? And he was like, no. And I said, okay, I told you before, you need help and you won't get help. And if you're not going to get help, then I just can't continue watching you, do this to yourself. So anyway, about a week later, I get this random text from this guy, and he's like, hey, do you remember me? I used to sit behind you in music theory when we went, back in the day, which back then, I'm not ashamed to say at my age, I'm going to be 52 in October, and I was like, who are you? And I didn't remember him, and that's actually a true story. I didn't remember him, but I did like, talking with him, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just talk with him and see, what he's like, and all that stuff. And so we developed this friendship, and we started talking over Facebook Messenger, hours upon end. And then next thing you know, um, I started remembering him. And our funny story is, are you 48? Okay, great. The funny story is that I said to him, I remember you. You were not so nice. And he goes, what? And the reason why I said he wasn't so nice is because in music theory, I was a vocalist, and there's a running joke with if you're surrounded with musicians, they will tell you this is true. Um, you have a music theory class and you have a vocalist, they are dumb as a brick. They don't know anything about music theory, and they hold the class behind all the time because they're constantly like not getting it. And he was behind me, and every time um, uh, Dr. Hamill would ask a question about music theory, here Jeff's hand would go up, and he would be like Shack from Welcome Back, Carter. You guys remember that? If you're young, go YouTube it, okay? And he would be behind me going, ooh, 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 me, ooh, 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 ooh. Which he says, no, that's not true. But I remember him. And my girlfriends and I, they called us the Three Divas, because we were the first sopranos, and we could hit all the high notes, and and everybody wanted to be like us, which I don't think is true, but um, the three divas would all roll their eyes. We would all roll our eyes and go, "Oh, there he is again." Yeah. So when I told him that story, he cracked up. He really did. He cracked up. And who knew? Who knew that his courageous decision of reaching out to me after 32 years of passing, that we would be reunited again. Now, here's the really, really interesting part about our relationship, and it kind of gives me chills. We cannot talk about it around my kids because, it's a very sensitive thing. But apparently, 32 years ago, I was working at Applebee's, and he was there with his mother, and I was their waitress. And his mother apparently said to him, "Jeff, who is that girl? She's flirting with you," which is not true. No, no, no. I was not flirting. And his mother said, "I think you should ask her out." And he was like, "Oh, Mom, come on. Come on. You know, and he didn't ask me out. The the wild thing is, the month later is when I met my ex-husband, and my life had changed. And next thing you know, I was having children, and getting married, and all that stuff. So it could have been him, if he had asked me out back then. But it could have been that he wouldn't have gotten me. Because, here I am, and I'm like, yeah, you're that guy that knows everything, the know-it-all in music theory class. No way. So I don't know. I mean, it could have happened, it could have not happened, but we always talk about that somehow I think there's a movie called Serendipity. Oh, who is it with? Cusack. You know which movie I'm talking about? It means that two souls can constantly always come together. Uh, it's like the universe doing that. Well, that's what ends up happening with us. Okay, so did you see what I was doing there? I was getting ready to put them together, but I actually put that minwax back on there. Okay, John Cusack. Yes, 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 John Cusack. That's right. That is crazy. Yeah, so super crazy. Okay, so while we're waiting for this one to dry, let's go ahead and do the back with the minwax. Just so you guys know, I put my minwax in these little tiny bottles, and I got these bottles from Amazon. They're really, really great. So I'm going to go ahead and put minwax on the back side here. And basically what it does is it coats it, it protects it from if it gets wet. Okay. That heart wasn't very straight. It was kind of crooked. Oh well. All right. We're going to just let that dry. And then we'll turn it over. And when we turn it over, we're going to put some glossy accents on it. Okay. Once it dries, which because you only put a little bit of glossy accents on it, once it dries, it doesn't take that long. These, I think I had them done in like about 30 minutes. Now, since we have those things that are, you know, drying right now, let's work on our second pair of earrings. Okay, so in this I have, oh, let's see here. I have two things here. So I have gold, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 there. And the tops of these will look like this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so beautiful. And then I did something really interesting with this. So I thought it would be kind of cool to have this foil paper. I don't know how it's going to work or whatever. And I also embossed it. So I don't know if you can see that so well, but it's embossed. The embossing is one of the Anna Griffin um, uh, slimline embossing folders. You may recognize it with this pattern. Okay, there we go. Right there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do this. Elevator test. Okay, we need more glue. So let's put the glue over here. Now, if you wanted to, you can use your fingers instead. I don't like using my fingers. I get messy enough. And, oh, I did want to say this. I'm kind of excited to try this at another time with alcohol inks. I have the whole collection of alcohol inks, except for Tim's newest color, that blue, was it Blueprint? I think that's what it's called. I really want to get that. Ugh. There's just not enough money for all the crafts I want. I recently joined Leela Griffith and her craft club. Have you guys heard of Leela Griffith? Because I used to do paper flowers, but I'm pretty good with the miniature paper flowers, but the big paper flowers I struggle with. So this is my paper flower box. My poinsettia. Isn't that like so pretty? And I think I'm gonna try to get some like clip-ons because I think this would be really pretty as a like Christmas earring. I don't know. I would be crazy enough to wear a poinsettia for Christmas. Or maybe like a pin or something like that, you know. Attach them maybe to something like this. Oh, I wonder about that. That would be kind of cool. I think I have a baby one in here. Let me see if I have a baby one in here. Oh, well, check out Leela Griffith because she has a craft site and you can join like for $10, and she has all kinds of projects that you can, you can do. She has like each month she has different projects. Some are Cricut, some are by hand. So look what I just discovered. This small little one, I probably could attach it to this as a base. That's kind of cool. If I didn't want to make it like, oh, whoops, putting the wrong thing away. Okay, future ideas. All right. I usually take those flowers and make them into like ornaments, 3D cards. Okay, so let's continue with this. Right, put you away. Mm-hmm. So this isn't really hard. I mean, it does take a little bit more time, you know, but if you have a lot of scrap paper, heck, you know, why not make paper earrings? I am kind of curious to see what this will look like with Anna's paper. Okay, let's look at it this way and really press down. Okay. All right. Okay, so that one's 3. And let's go ahead and put some more glue on this. So if you're going to be making these um, earrings, the best thing to do is to make them like an assembly line, okay? Because want to uh, you'll want to cut a whole bunch out first, you know, to get that out of the way, and then you know, have several that you can make while the other ones dry. Okay. And really push this down and apply pressure. Okay. And then we'll add this one. Okay. So, do you guys have any animals? I have 2 cats. Their names are Podgy and Patches. And they are so adorable. Podgy is younger. Patches is a Maine Coon. Love her. She is about 11 years old. Not anymore. What did you have? I never had cats until I moved out of the house, away from my mom. My mom always said I was allergic to cats. It's partly true. It's not totally true, though. I think she was more allergic to the cats than I was. Okay, we have the base made for those. Okay, and now let's go ahead and put the top on. Oh, a chihuahua. Oh, I bet it was so cute. I have a girlfriend that has miniature dogs. I don't think any of them were Chihuahua, but she would name um, her dogs after her handbags. Her handbag designer. So, I mean, She had Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Oh, they were absolutely adorable, but I thought it was hilarious. Mm. Podgy is a COVID cat. So Podgy came into our lives when everybody's life came to a screeching halt in March of 2020. And um, I can't forget, Podgy came in, and then next thing you know, everyone was like, oh, there's a lockdown. uh, and the reason why his name is Podgy is because it's actually a Podgatura. We thought he was a she, although, now that I look at him, I go, how did I not miss that? Hello? I should have. I should have recognized those, and so anyway, um, he quickly became Podgy instead of Podgatura. Uh, and he's a handful. He's a tabby. And sometimes at night on the weekends, they'll come in here. If I'm on the live, they'll always interrupt and they'll like cry. Oh, okay. So this is coming to be. There we go. Nice. Okay. So we got those two, and I'm looking at it, making sure it's flat, and it is. Let's make sure this is flat, and it is. Okay, yay! Awesome. All right, so now we'll take the minwax and we'll put it on this. Ooh, that minwax dries really fast. I just have to say. It's clogging up that bottle top head. Oh, let's try that. Okay. Now, if you ask our neighbors, they will tell you that we have more than two cats. I beg to differ, but I also can't beg to differ because my boyfriend has this compulsive problem where he is got the heart and soul that's so kind to forest creatures. And so we have the backyard gang. One of these days, I'm going to use my camera and actually show you pictures of what I'm talking about. And you guys can follow along with me. But the backyard gang consists of several cats, a possum, a raccoon, and any other woodland creature that may come over. And he has the community bowl, which I've said, no, we cannot have a community bowl. And guess who won that argument? So these animals will come to the back of our house and they will scratch at our door and they will say, I'm hungry, and he feeds them. Now, with me raising 3 girls, I can tell you that's a big no-no for me. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work like that in the real world. But in our world, that's the way it goes. So these animals love the Barnaby household. They love it here. Okay. Now my hands are getting really gunky, and I just want to show you that if you're going to do this, you want to have a wet washcloth to clean up the glue on your fingers. Otherwise, you'll get your earrings all full of glue. Okay? All right. Okay, well, I am gluing. That's right, I am gluing. So I'm going to do this now. All right. Brenna, you have family. Do you have any kids? So my girls are in their 20s still, and we are in the odd years. So this year they will be 29, 27, and 23. I can't believe how fast the time goes. Really. I mean, I feel like yesterday they were, you know, 9, 7, and 2. You have 4 children? Wow. My hat goes off to you. Yeah, I thought 3 kids was enough. Ooh, but you know, after you have 3, they say it doesn't really matter. Because you learn the life of juggling all of them, right? Youngest is 17. Oh, cool. So, have they graduated or are they getting ready to graduate this year? That must have been very interesting for you. Do you homeschool or do they go to school? I can't imagine what parents have gone through with this whole COVID. My daughter Zoe, she is a teacher, and so uh, she she just told me stories about how hard it was for the teachers, and I can't even imagine for the students. Okay, so we are just swimming right along here. Okay, and let's do this one. Let's see. Whoop, hello. Come back here. Do See, it's not so bad. We've only been live for 47 minutes, and it looks like we're going to have 2 earrings done within an hour. Now, the second pair of earrings probably still won't get done because they need to be coated with the minwax, but that's okay. Ah, oh, that's great. That's absolutely great. I'm so glad. Was he happy to go back to school? And congratulations on having a senior. That's like the youngest, a senior. Oh, you must be going through a whole bunch of mixed emotions. I remember those times. That's oh goodness, when the first one went off to college, and we dropped her off, and she was in Boston. We were in Virginia. I cried all the way from Boston all the way back to Virginia, nonstop. That's 11-hour drive of crying. I was just so and she was back within a year. Oh, she was just not ready for lifestyle of the northern folks. Even though we're in Virginia, it's not like we're in North Carolina. It's still the Bible Belt. You know, we do things a little bit different um, here. Like, I don't know where you're from, but in Virginia, you can be walking down the road doing your normal walk, and people that don't even know you will be like waving hello to you. And you're like, oh, okay, hello, thanks, hi. You know, enrichment is not so much like that unless you're in the neighborhood. If you're like out on the street. Texas. In Texas, are the people like that? You know, like they wave hello and they're very like cordial, friendly. What part of Texas are you from? And if you don't want to tell me, that's fine too. I do realize that, you know, some people are kind of funny about that kind of stuff. I'm pretty open about, you know, where I'm from. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. I'm looking at this and this looks like it's going to break. Okay. So hopefully it won't. That will stink if it does. Okay, so I am getting all confused here. I need more glue. Ooh, yes to this. You like this? Okay. So let's put this on here. And, oh, okay, it's time to clean my fingers. Now, I did this one black because I didn't want it to be, I guess I could have done it white. I just decided to do it black. I don't know why. Okay. Hopefully the minwax and the coating on here is going to keep it together. That's the only thing about using embossed paper that's going to be a little bit more fragile. But I really like the shine. Now, with this being like this, I think I want to cover that up because it's, you see how it's white? Yeah, I'm not sure if I really dig in that. So let me get my Sharpie. One second. Get my Sharpie. And I'm just going to, will it do it? I'm just painting along the line here. A little bit more work, but still, you know, I rather it, the corners be finished than someone to say, oh, there's a piece of paper on there. Why is that like, look like that? All right. Like Matthew McConaughey says, all right, all right, all right. I like him. What is he doing? Is he from Texas? I can't remember. Okay. I'm just moving right along here. Yes, he is. Ah, okay. Yeah, got that right. Now, if you go to Inlovearts, their website, you click on the link that I have there and you go to their website, you'll notice that they have some other designs. They've done some really cool things, and I just need to like buy more jewelry, trinkets, and accessories. But they actually had one that had a loop, a wire loop here, and something dangling, which was really cool. And the other thing that they had was making holes down here in the bottom and extending it with other, you know, other pieces. So these these earrings are pretty basic. Okay, so let's do the other one here. Okay, and whoop, I'll put this here. That. And press this down. Hello to everybody else who's watching. I see we have some other people that are watching too. Okay, and this is making paper earrings with the I Love Arts dies, and these are the original dies. Okay, so I'll press this down. I'm going to get ready to color it in just 1 second. But before I color it, I want to show you now. I'm just showing you as a mock-up because these won't actually be done for this video. I'll have to have these dry just a little bit longer. Okay, here, let me put one at a time. I'm trying to do this on cam so you guys can see. It's a little bit difficult. And I think I'm going to have to use my tools. If you don't have jewelry tools, I thoroughly suggest you getting them. I don't know where I got this jewelry kit, but it was the best thing. It did cost me some money, but it's just like a case, and it came with everything in here, in addition to flat pliers, bottled round pliers, and then the wire cutter. Okay, so if you're gonna make jewelry, you need to have the tools, otherwise it gets a little bit frustrating. Okay, and you certainly don't want to be bending wires with your fingers because you can eventually cut yourself. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. And so you guys can kind of see what it looks like as like a prototype before I put on the glossy accents to give it more shine. So, yeah, isn't that like so cute? Raise it up a little bit more. And while I'm holding on to this, hold on, let me adjust the light a little bit because I feel like the light is not bright enough. Oh, that's a little bit too bright. Hello. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but isn't that like so cute? And if you wanted to, you can like put another hook in here, and put like a bead in there. You love it. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, now I need to take it off of here so I can finish with the finishing. Okay. All right. So now we have, what we've done with this, if you're just now watching, is we have attached the 3 pieces of scrap paper cardstock, okay? Then we put this printed piece on top, okay? Then we took the minwax, which this is what it looks like, the polyacrylic protective finish, and we put a layer on the front and the back, okay? And now that that's done, now we want to take this and apply glossy accents, okay? So we'll put here on this side the glossy accents. Okay. Now, glossy accents, if you you can put them like, it will get hard as a rock with the glossy accents, but just know this, that if you do not apply it evenly, it will not apply evenly, okay? Let me grab this so I can show you what glossy accents can actually do. Have you played with the glossy accents before? So this is glossy accents, and you can see the shine in here. This is actually the negative of the Hero Arts butterfly die, and I want to say this is like 3 or 4 layers of paper, and then this was hollow. So all I did was take the Brilliant Accents and fill it up in there, and now it's got this like really cool glassy finish to it. So my point is that if you do not apply the finish evenly, it can actually raise and create dimension on your earrings, and that may not necessarily what you want, okay? And depending on how much you put on your project will depend on how long it will take you, to have it dry. So, like for that butterfly dye, that dried for a whole 24 hours. This probably will dry for about 30 minutes to an hour, okay? And I want to do both sides too. You don't want to just do the front side. So that's what ends up taking so long. Okay, all right. We got that there. We've done this, but we didn't do the back side with the minwax. So let's go ahead and do minwax here. Okay. And just so you can see what this looks like before I put this together. I should say before I put the finishing stuff, this is what the earring would look like, and that's pretty cool. I think with this would look really cool with a hanging beads in maybe the coral color. So I will leave that. I won't put it together because I'll probably end up going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's tomorrow. And see what I can find. Now the question is, which ones will I gift to my daughter? Because the joke is, I made the original pair for her, and now I don't want to give it to her because I like it for myself. Isn't that awful? That's so awful of me, but it's the truth. I'm just so happy to be able to make paper earrings and not have to dabble into resin. I've made resin earrings before. Boy, that is that's fun. I'll say it is fun, but it is a lot of work, and I don't really enjoy working with the fumes. So, all right. Okay, so we have this and we're having that dry. And all right, so while we have that going on, we can just kind of do this here. And let's go ahead and take this out. I don't know what pair is for this, but this is another thing where I said, you know, when you're doing these kind of earrings, to do them in assembly, even if you don't have the top layer picked out, you can prepare them all at once, and then you don't have to worry about hello, you don't have to worry about doing the whole process in one setting. Kind of breaks up the monotony. Okay. All right. All right. Time to wash my hands again. Oh, it moved. Time to wash my hands really quick. All right. Okay. And I don't know if you can see that, how it's open. This is what I was talking about, where you just need to apply pressure. Apply that pressure, and those papers will press into each other. Okay. I think it would be pretty cool to start making some Christmas earrings too. You can make earrings now that you know how to make paper earrings and have them last. You can make earrings with your dies. Even if you have punch holders, you can make earrings or necklaces with those as well. And I'm thinking, you know, maybe I'll take, you know, some of the Anna's dies and make earrings, like make earrings out of the presents, make earrings out of um, the little bows. Those would be kind of cute. All right, next one. I have to clean up my surface in a minute. Okay. If you do not have a glass mat like this, you can use craft paper. They have wax craft paper that's really cool. That's non-stick. Um, you can use a glass plate. All right. Oh, excuse me. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and uh, end this video now, but I will post these pictures on my Facebook page. If you are part of Facebook or Instagram, you can follow me on there. You just look for Posh Paper Perfection. Um, Posh Paper Perfection is 3 different words in Facebook, but all one word in Instagram. I don't know. Facebook wouldn't let me make it one word. But you can follow me there at facebook.com/Posh Paper Perfection. I'll be posting my finished pieces, and I'm like really excited. You think I should like give these to my daughter, or you think I should keep them? Well, you don't have to make that decision for me. I'll make the decision for myself. But I think it's really funny. This right here, this is actually scrap piece of paper that I made into a little round bead. Uh, and there is a way to make that actually look like a round bead. It's just I happen to not cut it that way. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to do that, or actually create buy some beads or something like that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, the link to this earrings, the earring dies, is in the description, and also to the paper. So if you have any questions, or need some guidance, feel free to comment in this video, and I will respond to you. But thank you so much for watching. Brianna, you have a lovely night, and thank you, everyone. Bye.